Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 4, which is entitled as Jnana Yoga, Sloka 11. yathā māṁ prapadyante tāṁs tathaiva bhajāmy aham mama vartmānuvartante manuṣyāḥ pārtha sarvaśaḥ. Having explained the obstacles that are present in attaining Krishna consciousness in the previous sloka, in other words, how one can attain Krishna consciousness has been provided in the previous sloka. Today, in this verse, there are few important points that have been explained by Krishna. They are, number one, misconception that generally people have, the misconception of all the spiritual paths lead to the same destination. Number two, it is not only Lord's activities are transcendental, like how he explained in the previous sloka, even the devotees' activities are also made transcendental. Number three, one gets rewarded as per their maturity in the spirituality. Number four, the greatness of Archa Vigraha, Archavatara, means the deity form of the Lord. In this sloka, yathā māṁ prapadyante means surrender, as yathā, over in whatever way, māṁ, unto me, Krishna, them, that is tāṁs, aham, I, tathaiva, in that same way, as decided by them, bhajāmy, reward, or make myself available, manuṣyāḥ, for the being, the human, O Arjuna, Pṛthā, O Arjuna, sarvaśaḥ in all aspects, in whichever way that person wants. Mama vartma, my nature, anuvartante, by giving that experience, making them to follow. So what it means is, as one surrenders unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects. O son of Pṛthā. Hey Arjuna, by incarnating as Deva, Manuṣyāḥ, man, I protected those who seek shelter in me in many ways. Not only that, whoever desires me in whichever manner, as, say, husband, friend, etc., to them I grant them what they wanted in the same manner. And that is what has been explained here. So let's go through these in detail. Misconception. Generally people have idea that you do whatever religious activities, spiritual practices, it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, you just have to follow. Ultimately, you will get moksha. That all spiritual paths lead to the same destination. Krishna explains that there is unity in diversity, meaning it's true, but there are some differences also involved. True in a sense, eventually they will come to the same destination. Not because of their idea, but whatever they are doing will gradually make them into Krishna Bhakti, and then finally they will come. That's how it works. Say, if I purchase a ticket to go Bharatanatyam dance program, I can't use that ticket to enter into City Museum. They're not going to let me in. So if Krishna explained this one, that in the later chapter of Bhagavad Gita we're going to see, if one is devoted to a particular devata and worship that particular devata with sincere heart, he attains that particular devata's planet, Loka. He cannot expect to attain Vaikuntha because the ticket is not for Vaikuntha. So one can't expect moksha by worshipping anyone and everyone. If someone is serious in spiritual life and wanting to get out of material life, which is called moksha, then the moksha has to be given by Janardana, Krishna. No one can ever give moksha otherwise. Then what about people speaking about attaining moksha, given by moksha by a particular devata, this god and that god? In a sense, they go to that particular planet, that's all. Eventually they have to return back because those are temporary places. And we'll learn more about these things as we progress into the other chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the second section of the Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, akāmaha sarvakamova moksha kama udharatihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusham param. Whether one is without desire, they don't have any desire, or if a person has a lot of fruit desires, want to enjoy life, etc., etc., or if someone is interested in liberation, one should, with all efforts, should try to worship Krishna and cultivate Krishna consciousness. So that misconception should be cleared from this sloka. Krishna is not saying here in this sloka, when he says, whatever you worship, however you worship, you will come to me. That's not the idea here. According to your worship, according to what you want, that is what you get. That's how I reward you. I don't give anything more than that. If you go to the banker and if you ask for, you write a withdrawal slip and give to the banker, and then you ask for, withdrawal of $100, and the banker is just going to give you $100. He's not going to give you, it's okay, take another $100. So that's not what we wanted for. And the second point is, it is not only Krishna's appearance and activities are transcendental, as he mentioned in the previous sloka. It is also the activities of his devotees becomes transcendental. And there are great sages, their appearance also become transcendental because they appear to assist Krishna to deliver the conditioned souls. That is, all the activities that are done by a devotee will no more be material activities. He does not eat for his own enjoyment. He eats food as a prasad. He does not dress up nicely for his own enjoyment. He dresses up nicely because he considers his body to be the temple, because God is present within his heart as Paramatma. Therefore, the body is temple. So he decorates the body nicely for the pleasure of the Lord. So likewise, all the activities that a devotee does is considered to be non-material, spiritual activity. In other words, transcendental. As a devotee doesn't do anything for himself, he do it for the pleasure of the Lord and welfare of everyone. That's number 2. Number 3, one gets rewarded as per their maturity, as per what they want. If one wants Krishna to be their maintainer, yes, why not? He's maintainer of everyone, the entire creation. Why can't he be the maintainer of us? So we just have to have a complete faith that Krishna is the maintainer, no one else. Krishna is the protector, no one else. If Krishna wants me to live, I live. If Krishna wants me to leave, I leave. So that's a consciousness one should have. It's like a person working in a company, and the company decides to shuffle the people around, and someone might be working in an IT company, and suddenly something happens, and then they want that IT person to work on fixing cables. Well, this person cannot say that I'm not going to work. That's not the purpose of I've been hired. Well, when there's a situation happens, you got to take it up when it comes in the leadership. We see this even in the material, even in the regular corporate world, these things that happen. We are surrendered to the people, to our employer, but we are having hard time to surrender to God. If God wants us to do something else, we should happily take it up. If God wants us to go through certain events in our life, we take it up. This is only possible when we understand Krishna is my maintainer. He is my guardian, He is my father, He is my everything. So if we understand this one, then it is Krishna's responsibility to take care of us more than we take care of ourselves. So if you have a child, it is a parent's responsibility to take care of the child. Children are so free. Now that we see that children are inside the house, they're playing around, and they do whatever they want to do. But the parents are now constantly watching the children for their safety. So likewise, if we understand that we are children of God, then just think about it. Is it our responsibility to take care of ourselves, or is it Krishna's, God's responsibility to keep us safe? Again, when it comes to God's plan, we have to accept it, because it may not be the way that we wanted our life to be. Because a parent knows what is the best thing for a child at that particular time, particular age. Likewise, God knows what is best for us, and He might do things in such a way that is beneficial for us. So we have to have complete faith in this. In other words, there are people who may not be in that level, so they may be interested to have relationship with God just to get something out of God. Need of good education, good job with best salary, nice spouse, nice house, beautiful children, etc. If someone wants a material resources, God provides material resources, He will. And we have seen many stories in Itihasas and Puranas. Simple one that everyone knows is the story of Arjuna and Duryodhana approaching Krishna before the Kurukshetra war, requesting him to come participate on their side. And whomever wanted, that's what they got. Duryodhana wanted the resources of Krishna, not Krishna. Whereas Arjuna wanted Krishna, not the resources. Accordingly, Krishna gave. He didn't get into any arguments or questions. He just provided what they wanted. Likewise, if someone wants only Atma realization, self-realization, only that much they want, He provides that. If someone is interested in Paramatma realization, He gives that beyond self-realization, and then connecting a self to Paramatma, that realization He gives. Someone is only interested in the impersonal aspect of God, He gives that experience as well. Or someone wants to serve Krishna directly, well, He gives that too. So, the misconception should be removed. Number 2, the devotee's activities become transcendental. Number 3, one gets rewarded as they approach. Namaste. Hare Krishna.